It would be fair to say that the majority of visitors to the auction house tend to match the age of the cars. But there's also a new wave of classic buyers emerging. For the price of a nearly new Ford Focus, Sam opted for this 1959 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud.
I've always liked them, always admired the sort of build quality, the excess of it. This is very different.
16-year-old Riley also took the retro approach.
So I've been flipping a few cars over summer. In total, I've probably made about 4 or 5 grand. I think cars are getting overcomplicated now, and the purity of a Porsche appeals to me.
2 years on, and now part of the Bangers and Cash team, he's obsessed with Fiats, which got us thinking about our second project. Up in the top yard, a 2001 Seicento Sporting with its frisky 1.1 litre engine, cheap insurance and only 26,000 miles on the clock. We're convinced the PlayStation generation will adore it.
They're just so ugly, aren't they, if I'm being completely honest. They do not do a thing for me. It's nice and straight, though. It's ding and dent free by the looks of it. She wants a good polish up, like. Yeah, has that door been sprayed? I can't quite tell. It's certainly a little bit of a different colour. But I'll tell you what, I bet it won't break down like my Land Rover did today. Yeah, I bet it doesn't cost you a lot to run either. Someone will like it. You know, it's better than a walk, innit?
Maybe not one for Jack, but we think there is a market for this fun-size hatchback. So we're going to give it a go.
So you like an Italian classic, don't you?
I do like an Italian classic.
What do you think to the Fiat?
Fiat what?
Many people confuse the Seicento with the smaller Cinquecento.
The Fiat Cinquecento, as we call them, little cheeky. Where are we going to be on that then? You tell me. £1,200 there. Thank you. At £1,200. £1,200 bid. 1,200. 13 there. At 1,300. At £1,300 then. At 1,300. The hammer's coming down at 1,400 in Lincoln. 14, 15 standing at £1,500. Hammer's coming down at £1,500. Provisional to the Bangers and Cash team.
Happy days.
$1,750 was the final price. OK, it's not a Dino, but if it's going to be someone's first car, we want to do a good job. So we send it down to Ant Damiano and his team of Fiat specialists in Bedford.
Being Italian, I had a massive passion for Fiat. My dad, all he's ever owned is Italian cars. When I was at school, my GCSE artwork was a Lancia Integrale. I got a D, but I didn't care.
He now owns one, plus a Ferrari Challenge Stradale. So, as something of a connoisseur, we think he and mechanics JP and Tony are going to be well impressed with our Seicento.
It's yellow, it's a happy colour. What's the mileage, JP?
26,000.
No way!
No way. It's 26,000 miles, and I'm actually impressed with how clean the interior is. The only thing I can spot at the minute is the rust that's appearing on the sunroof.
That could be a job for Tony.
No worries. Yeah, let's just let my screw. Wow, look at this.
Wow. That's brand spanking new. It's even got the original radio in there. It's come straight from the Fiat showroom, hasn't it?
At 23 years old, though, it'll be a miracle if there's nothing wrong with it.
OK, rocker cover, gasket leak, that's common. That will probably hit the manifold and then you'll get some smoke, but we'll sort that. If this was my car, I would clean it up, make it real nice, tidy engine bay. Bodywork-wise, flat it all back, polish it all up. You could make it look 10 times better without spending so much money on this car.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what will the lift of doom reveal?
The gearbox is dry as a bone, there's no oil leaks. For a Fiat not to leak oil is another good point. Look, that gearbox mount there looks new. Yeah. It has been sat, though, isn't it? You can tell.
There's just the start of some surface rust appearing.
Just across here. Just start seeing it.
And the brakes look like they need attention too.
The disc needs doing. If you put your nail in there, it's quite...
Yeah, no, I would do that, definitely.
Yeah, discs and pads.
There's nothing really scary under here, is there?
No.
Someone's looked after this car.
It's a tricky thing to buy vehicles that are the right amount of broken, but there's certainly enough to be getting on with.
So these cars were just about the little streets of Italy, chucking the shopping in the back, you know, around the mountains of Sicily. There's got to be someone out there that's looking for one of these with low mileage that looks brand new.
The rev counter isn't revving, is it?
Well, we found something wrong.
And there'll be more surprises to come.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, that was a knee touch.
Because we've had an idea on how to make this Italian runabout even more desirable. In Bedford, we'll soon be starting work on our 2001 Fiat Seicento Sporting. But first, we think we've done something clever. No, we haven't cloned it. Mechanic Dan has arrived in our newest purchase, intended for spares. 500 quid on eBay, and it's a rare breed.
Look, it's a Michael Schumacher edition. Everybody loves Michael Schumacher. It's got his name on it, so it's got a limited edition plaque.
But it also has some nasty corrosion in the boot, rough bodywork, and more than 100,000 miles on the clock. We won't be trying to pass ours off as a Schumacher edition, but we're definitely going to nick the bling.
It's got all the good bits on it that we want.
The rev counter we need.
Yeah.
Genuine spoiler with the Fiat stamp on it.
Side skirts.
The wheels. I think the sunroof on that one is better.
Some headrests that we didn't have in the other car.
Yes, they would have been hard to find. And one good thing, we're recycling. We're saving the planet.
Yeah, one Seicento at a time.
Yeah.
The rusty Schumacher is too far gone and is destined for the crusher.
There we go. I think it needs to be painted, really. It bleaches it in the sun, so it's like you're never going to get it back. There we go.
Yeah, one side skirt.
They don't look too far off.
Could we polish it up and get away with it?
Yeah, I reckon.
There'll be a few more hours of dismantling, and then we'll start gluing it all on our car.
I just appreciate its uniqueness. And you don't see them like this no more.
Some donor parts like the rev counter and wheels have been fitted, but there's a few more to do.
We've got some parts back from the body shop. I thought this car is so nice, then let's just get them repainted. Not faded yellow no more.
Unlike the driver's door, which seems slightly lighter than the rest of the car.
So today we need to make a decision if we keep the one on there or we put this one on. I think they're about on par. I think they're the same.
As luck would have it, paint, bodywork and detailing supremo, Raj Bogle, has just tipped up in his van. We'll let him decide.
Yeah, I would definitely go with this. Not that I don't want to do the work. It's less work for me.
What, to do this one?
Yeah.
Really?
100%. I'll put the machine onto it, get the colour back.
Yeah, that's it.
There we go. It's a nice little car. I think they're quite cool, good fun, and we'll make it look showroom fresh. Sometimes I've done a job on a car and you think it's going to come out the way you want it to come out, but it goes the other way. I'm keeping positive and hope it doesn't give me any ag.
The cheeky Seicento is given a thorough degreasing with the help of something called snow foam. No nook or cranny escapes.
Just add me a little polish on it.
Then Raj and his dual-action polisher get to work on our replacement door.
It's an improvement, definitely. It's blended in. Happy. Beautiful weather, isn't it? Barbecue weather.
The rest of the car can now be buffed up and a routine service gets underway. We're on the home straight, apart from one optional extra we're going to reveal later. We think a typical 20-something buyer will love it. Sunny Bedfordshire, and our 26,000-mile Seicento Sporting is all but complete.
It looks amazing.
The Schumacher body kit perfectly matches the polished paint.
It doesn't stand out like a sore thumb.
It's got the right tyres and wheels, and all the small cosmetic additions really add to the look. But we think there's still something missing. So we ship our Fiat off to Cleckheaton to meet Rash Khan and his engineer Wayne Colbeck.
That's cool, that.
Cool is that? You know, isn't it?
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice and bright colour.
Can't believe how small it is.
Their speciality? In-car entertainment. So in a thinly veiled attempt to appeal to younger first-time buyers, we're here for some decent speakers.
Comes with a factory grounding unit. It's a cassette radio. Back in the day, it was something to have. It's got auto-reverse on there.
And, just like vinyl, tapes are also becoming a retro must-have.
A car like this, you want to keep it as standard as you can.
We can add additional speakers onto it.
So we're going to have to remake this. It's what we call a stealth shelf. Sound quality will be much better. You won't even realise the speakers in there.
As for hardware, the world record in-car volume currently stands at 179 decibels, enough to break a windscreen. But we'll be going for clarity.
So this is a 100mm speaker, so that would be an ideal candidate for the front dash, so there's no cosmetic change on the vehicle.
Parcel shelf. 6x9 in there.
Yeah.
So you've got your mid, your bass and your treble. If you want nice sound, you want this one, really.
There's a few more hours of loom making, soldering, MDFing and felt cutting. But after that, we're ready to pump out what seems to be retro surf music. Other tunes are available.
Actually, the more you listen to it, it sounds all right, that.
We think we've handled this small project sensibly, but how much have we actually spent? Including tax and commission, the Seicento was $1,960 to buy. The donor car was $550. Labour was $1,005, which included bodywork and wheel refurb. Parts, including new tyres, were $988. And the uprated sound system was $600, bringing the total to £5,103. We're convinced the nation's young drivers will be desperate to buy our Sporting. Cue the 20-somethings from our office.
I really wanted a 5-door, and I like to be able to connect my phone to it.
The last thing that I'm concerned about in a car, modifying it, I wanted something cheap on petrol.
I like it because it looks nice, and I like to have my music on full blast in the car.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
I don't really like that.
What the hell is that? To be fair, it's cleaner than mine.
Yeah,
so
it is cleaner than mine.
I can certainly tell you I don't like the colour, but I like how clean it is.
I don't mind the colour. I think it's quite bold.
It's got a cigarette lighter. I've not seen one of them. What is that?
That's just speedometer, isn't it?
No, that's your speedometer.
Normally the time's up there. That's threw me a little bit. I think the wheels are very small, and this bit here looks like it's been added on.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I wouldn't want it.
I don't think you could pay me to drive this, to be honest.
That did not go as planned.
Lot number 204 is the Fiat Seicento Sporting. Here we are.
How did you pronounce it?
Seicento, innit?
Seicento.
There you go. So at the moment we've got 2728. David's there at 28. £2,800. 29. 29. Go on, Dave. Round her up to 3. £3,000 too late. Internet's cutting at 3. £3,000. Caught you sleeping. £3,000 we've got. 3-1 says Dave. £3,200 at 3,003. Dave's bid at 3-3.
5.
3-5. £3,500 says Jill. She's showing you all it's done, Dave, at 3-6. 3,000.
Yeah, 3-7.
3-7. £3,700.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
3,008. One of the cheapest cash cars, I would say.
3-9.
3-9 says Jill. 3-9. 3,009. Are we there? Dave, you're out. Jill's bid. We're there at £3,900.
Not exactly a first-time buyer, Dennis Piercy from York is the lucky new owner. He too is having a bit of difficulty with the Seicento's name.
Well, I call it a Fiat Seicento. I had bought it blind, but I thought, well, if Bangers and Cash have done it, it can't be that bad. Quite impressed with it. You put skirts on, spoiler and things like that. Just finishes it off. A bit later on, I'm going to get the windows tinted out at back, maybe go posing down Scarborough seafront. Quite nice interior. See, you've put a few bits on, and you put a cracking stereo in it. It sounds really well, because I'm a bit tone deaf.
What was the first song you played?
Take Me Home Country Road, I think. People look at you, they think, an old man in a young boy's car. But it's all fun. You live for today, not tomorrow, don't you?